Normally when we think of porridge, we think breakfast foods, oatmeal, maybe throw in a few raisins, some nuts. In the Viking Age, 1,000 years ago, porridge could have been served at any meal, and it could also be savory. That's what we're working on today. I'm actually excited about this one. It combines a few of my favorite ingredients. Barley porridge with pork and onions. Should be really good. Historical cooking is all about using what would have been local ingredients and trying to prepare them in a way that would have been common at the time. Fortunately for us, the Norsemen ate very well. So we're going to start out with some nice pork belly here, bacon. We also have onions, some carrots, and garlic. And of course, a little salt to spice it all up a bit. But these ingredients combine so beautifully together. What you would want to find if you're doing this at home is any kind of fatty pork. It doesn't have to be bacon. You could use literally any other part of the pig that's nice and fatty. So anyway, I've just taken about a third of a pound and cut it up into little cubes. Ooh, that's a pretty sound. All right, we're just going to throw that into this hot pan. Let that cook down for a bit. Now, a nice thing about using the pork belly or the bacon is that we don't have to add any extra fat. We're just going to let all the fat cook out of it, and that's going to season our pan and provide what we need for everything else. One nice medium-sized onion here. This is a sweet onion, so hopefully I won't be crying too much on camera today. And I always like to just rough chop onions. I like the variation in the size and texture. Into the pan. I love that sizzling sound. It means that good food is about to be here. So another thing with the historical cooking is finding foods that could have been preserved easily, because people always ate in season, but there were a number of things that would keep that became very integral parts of their diet. Onions, you store those right, they'll last for a long time. The pork, it would be salted down, and that would keep for quite a while, salted or smoked even. Give this a little stir. Ah, yeah. Got all that good fat coming out. Coat those onions. Carrots or parsnips would have been common at the time too, very similar. These are nice because you can keep them in the ground through the winter, pick them as you need them. We're just going to chop a few of these. They'll add a nice little bit of color to our meal and good little flavor, a little sweetness. Now, I said this is a porridge-based meal. So what we're doing is a barley base. You can buy the barley at your local grocery store and just follow the instructions on the package. You usually boil it, then simmer it for about 45 minutes or so. I went ahead and put that on just to save time. I don't think you want to sit through a 45-minute YouTube video of barley boiling. If you do, though, leave a comment down below, and hey, I'll do a video where we boil barley for 45 minutes. Why not? One more carrot, I think. And again, just chopping it up. Doesn't have to be pretty, because it's going to taste good no matter what it looks like. And throw a little bit of garlic in there. Pinch of salt. That's good. And this should take probably a good 10 minutes or so. This one's pretty easy. You just want to watch the onions and the bacon. You want that bacon to start, get a little bit crispy, the onions starting to brown a bit. That's going to bring all the flavors out. It's going to come together beautifully. So I'm going to work on this, and we'll take a look at it in a few minutes. It smells so good. Okay, this is coming together nicely. And cook this as long as you like. Matter of personal preference. If you like your onions a little stronger, a little more crunchy, cook it a little less. If you want them soft and caramelized, cook it longer. All about personal preference. It smells so good here. You know, the Norsemen, Vikings, they ate extremely well. They had all the resources for good foods like this, plus being traders, they had all the imports coming in as well. Now, looks like I have some things that are sticking to my pan. Don't you hate that? What will I do? Hmm, about a little beer. Oh, there it goes. Little trick called deglazing. Normally when I do this, I like to use a brandy or a whiskey or something like that. Even a red wine will work. However, 1,000 years ago, they didn't have distillation techniques mastered yet, but beer would have been in every household because that's what was drunk far more often than water, just because it was not clean. Beer could be made pure. And that beer does just enough to loosen up those bits on the bottom of the pan. You want to get all those out because they are full of flavor. All right, I think this looks perfect. This is beautiful. Now, I haven't talked much about the barley. It's kind of the boring thing in this video. You put it in water and boil it. Now, after 45 minutes, it should get nice and plump. It's going to have a lot of the water absorbed. You can pour off the rest if you want to, whatever. I'm just going to scoop some out because I'm hungry. Yeah, I'm just going to take some barley, put it in my bowl as the base. And then we're going to put some of our delicious pork and onion mixture on top of it. Oh, this is going to be good. There we go. Take a look at that. Hmm. Oh, it's so crispy. That's good. You know, a lot of people use rice as their base for foods like this. I like the barley. It's got more flavor to it. It's got a nice chewy texture. And yeah, this is a type of porridge. It's a savory porridge. So we've got all these wonderful flavors from the pork, and then the onions and carrots bring out a bit of sweetness in it. So sweet and savory. I love this. This is a great meal. Give it a try. Let me know what you think down in the comments.